Measured observational. We dedicate months to logistics and thousands of dollars to airfare just to stand for a few moments in front of a landmark we've seen in 1,000 photographs. We cross oceans to see the things we've been told are mandatory. There is a collective expectation that these curated environments will act as a trigger, that the mere sight of a monument will spark an internal shift or provide some sudden life-changing insight. But the brain is a stubborn archivist. Years later, the grand architecture often fades while the memory clings to the way the sun hit a roadside stand or the sharp, acidic smell of a tomato being sliced in a kitchen you'll never visit again. Our most enduring travel memories are rarely the ones we put on the itinerary. They are the quiet sensory accidents we didn't know we were looking for. You might find yourself forgetting the layout of the Colosseum entirely, yet you can still recall the exact temperature of the evening air when you sat down for a simple meal in a neighborhood that wasn't on any map. With you is the sharp taste of a piece of white cheddar eaten during an unscripted, muddy walk through the English countryside, or the warmth of a pastry you found by pure chance while wandering a narrow cobblestone street in Lisbon. The memory is anchored in the discovery, not the destination. The modern urge to check off a guidebook's list or optimize every hour of a trip often forces us to move too fast. We end up walking right past these small, vital details in our rush to see the things we think we're supposed to see. To find the essence of a place, you have to let the itinerary fail. You have to stop performing as a tourist and simply exist in the environment. While memory often clings to the micro details, sensory immersion also works on a much larger scale. Some landscapes are vast enough to push the traveler's own ego into the background. In certain ancient epicenters, the sheer volume of history becomes a physical presence. You aren't just looking at the past, you are feeling the weight of it. Standing in Reggaeton Square and summer cold, the scale of the structures is meant to overwhelm you. Feel the silence of fallen empires. The hypnotic, intricate patterns in the tile work demand that you slow down. The complexity of the craft forces your eyes to linger on the details. That desert quiet contrasts with the density of a metropolis like Mexico City, where centuries of different cultures are layered on top of one another, creating a constant collision of sounds and sights in the streets. Immersing yourself in these places isn't about taking a photo to prove you were there. It is a forced engagement that breaks your daily routine and forces you to pay attention. There are places that general opinion or the latest algorithms suggest you avoid. Cities that don't show up on top 10 lists or in the glossy pages of travel magazines. Yet, visiting these overlooked cities often leads to more authentic experiences. You find a culture that hasn't been polished for a crowd, like the stone walls of Cardiff standing alongside the modern city. You find a different kind of awe in the lonely, rugged frontiers of Kyrgyzstan, where the curated world ends and the mountains take over. Standing before the Banjik waterfalls, far from tourist noise, strips away the constant background chatter of modern life. The landscape speaks for itself. Real wonder is found where you aren't being told to look. It survives in the places that haven't been turned into a product. There is a deep psychological difference between moving through a country to mark it off a list and moving through it to be present. This experience-driven style of travel doesn't require a high budget. It only requires a specific way of looking at the world around you. It involves accepting a certain amount of discomfort, getting lost, feeling out of place, and letting the local rhythm of life dictate your day instead of your watch. The result is finding quiet, unspoiled corners like the Bay of Kotor, where the beauty feels personal because you slow down enough to see it. By putting yourself in this position, you stop being an observer and start being part of the environment. When you stop focusing on the destination and start focusing on the sensory reality of the moment, something inside shifts. The internal noise, the anxieties and routines of home finally starts to quiet down. By removing yourself from your familiar environment, the pressure to maintain your usual identity evaporates. In that space, you often find a quiet resilience you didn't know you possessed. Traveling alone strips away the protective crutches of your daily life. You are forced to confront who you are when none of the people from your home life are there to define you. The most significant part of a journey isn't the distance you traveled across the map, but the distance you moved away from your old perspective. This creates a strange sensation when you return home. You walk back into the same house and the same routines, but the environment suddenly feels unfamiliar. You haven't just brought back photos, you've brought back a different way of processing your own reality. The foreign experiences have been integrated into how you see yourself. The memories of narrow cobblestone streets, mountain dirt tracks, and simple meals have combined to redraw your internal map. Collecting passport stamps might be a common motive for travel, but it doesn't explain the deep change that happens when you truly let a place in. We wander because there are parts of our own identity that can only be discovered when we are far away from where we started. If you found this video helpful, please don't just watch and go. This channel is all about sharing real, useful travel and visa information to help people avoid stress, mistakes, and last-minute surprises. Subscribing to my channel doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't take anything away from you, but it really helps me grow this channel and reach more people who need this information. So please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss future updates like this. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in my next video.